Okay, the session is called How Long is a Piece of Fish? Fish? String. I mustn't use time. How long is a piece of fish? How long is a piece of string? It really doesn't matter. Anyway, it wasn't written today. I'm sorry, Pete. This is one that I have cobbled together from a talk that I've given before at ACCU. This is a joke that used to be told in the playground where I went to school. Has anyone heard this joke before? It's not a great joke. It's a kiddie's joke. The canonical answer is... Middle one, there you go. Is twice the distance from the middle to the end. Right? So there's no reason to laugh to that because it's not a funny joke. But because it's been a long day and I needed something to give you that was a bit funny, I thought I'd do a schematic. Right, so there we go. This is how long a piece of string is. And this is a talk about estimation. And this is a talk, to some extent, in response to this morning's keynote, which I really enjoyed, but I didn't violently disagree with, but I disagreed with quite strongly. So here goes one of my standard little games. These are 5 pieces of string. I'm not going to ask you to say how long any of them are, because I haven't got a scale up there. I'm just going to ask you a really simple question. Which one is the longest? So the only answer that you really can give is you don't know, okay? So, and this demonstrates why estimating by technical people is a bad idea. They always think they can get an answer. So actually, the people who said E were right. But it's not because you could estimate it, it's because all the complexity is hidden, right? And that is a very common problem in software, especially when you've got given things that written by product owners and customers. This is another picture of fruit, right? You might have seen some of these fruit recently. This is an adage that we hear, which is that you cannot compare apples and oranges. When it comes to estimating, the agile world, which I have been, suffering in for many, many years now, believes that relative estimation is better and easier than absolute estimation. But they've failed to understand that you can't say which is better, an apple or an orange, because they're just different things. Some people like one, some people like the other. Estimation itself, this morning, Guy said that estimation, it was all practice and experience. Well, there's a couple of books that if you're in any way interested in estimation, I suggest you read. Software Estimation, Demystifying the Black Art by the very venerable Steve McConnell is definitely something to put you to sleep, and another book that you don't want to drop on your feet. Nonetheless, it covers an awful lot of techniques that you won't want to use when doing estimation. The book that you really ought to read is Waltzing with Bears by Lister and DeMarco, and it starts with a wonderful quote which is really amazing, which says, if there's no risk on your next software project, don't do it. Anyway, read those books. So the agile axiom is that absolute estimation is hard, but relative estimation is easier. So we use story points. However, there are studies on the Agile Alliance website, that essentially say, well, we've done research about this, and actually, nah, there's no proof that this is the truth at all. Still, we carry on doing it, and everywhere you go, you get agile story point cards. So here, let's try a different one. Which of these pieces of string is the longest? E is the longest. There you go. Now, the reason I show this is because small things are easier to estimate because we can grok them in our mind. There's very little to be hidden. So that's my father Ted story. Lunar Logic produced a wonderful set of story point cards that are much better than the traditional ones we have. It's either story sized, or it's too big, or you've got no clue. Thank you very much.